Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested topic here on my channel, and this video is going to be long because I have 18 fragrances in this list, because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to the max. So today I'm going to be covering the topic of fragrances that leave the most intoxicating trail behind. So very highly requested. I've been asked to do this video for a very long time. So I have 18 of, in my opinion and in my collection, these fragrances for me leave the most intoxicating trail behind you. There is no countdown, there's no one. Actually, there is one that's like leaves like the biggest trail. But in general, all of these for me leave an incredible intoxicating trail. So let's just get into the video, otherwise it's going to be super long. So the first fragrance that I have here is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. A love or hate fragrance. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. I have the EDT here, but I would say the EDP leaves even more of an intoxicating trail than this one. I know a lot of celebrities that actually wear this fragrance, and a lot of people really respect and love it. Like myself, I really love the scent. I don't wear it too often, but I really love it. It leaves a massive sillage around you, and you're definitely going to get noticed with this fragrance. It's kind of sweet, there's a little floral, it's musky. It's just a very, very unique scent. You can't even describe it. It's got a little bit of a dirtiness to it as well. Like there's definitely like this musky dirtiness, but it is amazing. It's hands down one of the most like controversial, iconic scents from Tom Ford. It is easily one of Tom Ford's biggest successes. So Tom Ford Black Orchid definitely leaves a massive trail behind. Next up we have Parfum de Marly Delina. Of course, I get so many compliments, so many people coming up to me, so many people stopping me, and I'm not just saying this or exaggerating. I can't help it whenever I wear this scent. I'm actually nearly out of it completely. I love the fragrance and it leaves a beautiful, like I would say the trail is even more beautiful than the scent itself. Like the trail that Delina leaves is intoxicating. It's very feminine, very girly, very plush, peony, rose, some lychee, some rhubarb. Yeah, the scent trail of Delina, unstoppable. So yes. Next up we have Maison Francis Kurkdjian Grand Soir. This one leaves a massive trail, and it is very, like, intoxicating is the word to describe it. It is sweet, a little powdery, very intense, very like, you're gonna notice this scent for sure. It's a beautiful sweet gourmand, some tonka bean, some amber, some benzoin, some vanilla. Warm, rich, thick, decadent, a little powdery. It is just insane, and the scent trail that it leaves is again intoxicating. So Grand Soir from MFK. Next up, another Tom Ford. This is Tobacco Vanille. Again, sweet, vanilla, tobacco. This one definitely leaves one of the strongest in this list, one of the strongest like scent trails for sure. Cloves, like cinnamony spice, some sweet vanilla pod. It's creamy, delicious tobacco. The scent trail is massive on this one, very intoxicating, and you're gonna get noticed once again. So Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. Next up we have a vanilla, and this is definitely one of the strongest in this list. This scent trail, you have to be careful when spraying this scent because it can be very, very overpowering. So this is Mancera's Velvet Vanilla. This is intoxicating when you smell it, and this is again one of the scents that I personally prefer in the scent trail because of how strong that it is. Like, it is incredibly strong. You only need like 3 to 4 sprays maximum, and you're gonna be noticed like 20 people behind you. Like, you're really gonna get noticed with this one. It is a bubblegum tuberose, so it's tuberose and vanilla. Like, that is what I get in this fragrance. Tuberose, vanilla, and maybe a little bit of like a passion fruit sort of note in there as well. Like a tiny bit. But mostly a bubblegum tuberose. That is what I get from this scent. It's loud, it's pretty obnoxious, but the scent trail itself is amazing. So Velvet Vanilla from Mancera. Okay, so we have a designer, and this one I have a lot of personal experience with smelling it on men, and there are a few people in front of me and I get this massive whiff and I'm like, it's Le Male. And it's Le Male. So Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male, I should say, one of the biggest scent trails personally with my experience. Whenever I smell this scent, like, it's intoxicating. Like, it truly is intoxicating. I can't help but notice it. Even, I'm not gonna be rude right now, but even if it's on a guy who's maybe a lot older, he's maybe a little overweight, and I smell it and I turn my head, like always. Like, I just always turn my head for this scent, and I always commend a man that smells good. No matter what you look like, no matter how old you are, a guy that smells good is intoxicating. So this one is a win-win-win. If you don't know how it smells, it's a beautiful barbershop scent with some gourmand sweetness. Like, it's barbershop, so it's got lavender, some mint, some typical masculine notes that remind you of like maybe your dad, and then it has some vanilla, some tonka bean, that kind of a little bit of a bubblegum playfulness to it, but not too much. That's why I love it. I personally love this one much more over Ultra Male, so I much prefer this one. Okay, so next up we have a sevoff, and this is Dolce Amalfi, and this fragrance is really, really intoxicating. Like, this smells to me like this, like a fall, fruity, cinnamony pastry pie. It's just divine. Like, this really is divine. And again, very intoxicating in its sillage. Like, very intoxicating in the sillage. Like, you're gonna smell it and you're gonna be like, what is that? Like, what is that? Wow, that smells delicious. This one is good stuff, and in my opinion, very underrated from sevoff. I know sevoff have a lot of like great fragrances, but this one I feel like doesn't get a lot of attention, and it should, because it smells freaking amazing. It's, like I said, it smells like a pastry to me, like some sort of fruity, cinnamony, spicy pastry. Definitely fruity though, there's a lot of fruitiness to it. And I just love it. Again, very, very, very intoxicating, and leaves an intoxicating trail behind. So sevoff, Dolce Amalfi. Next up we have Nichane's Hachivat. So this one, I'm sure you guys know, is kind of similar along the lines of Aventus, but I personally like this one better. And it smells much more intense. Like, it's much more intense. It has a lot more body to it. Yeah, a lot more body to the scent, and it lasts longer, it projects more in my personal opinion, and the scent trail of this is incredible. Like, it really is incredible. So you have some bergamot, some pineapple, some oak moss. If you like fragrances like Aventus, definitely check this one out, because it is amazing. It's even better in my personal opinion, and it leaves a massive scent trail behind. Next up we have Inicio's Blessed Baraka. I actually wore this one in New York City. I wore it for Scent Explore. It was the fragrance that I went to Scent Explore in, and I went out of Scent Explore with like 50 fragrances on. But I at least went there in this fragrance, and I wore it a lot in New York. Oh my god, I love it so much. Ambery, sandalwood, spicy, punchy, intense, sexy, a little animalic, but it's just amazing. And it really does leave, again, an intoxicating trail behind you. I actually got complimented twice on the street in New York with this scent on because of the scent trail. So yeah, I really love this fragrance. Like I said, very ambery, very spicy, and it's just amazing. Blessed Baraka from Inicio. Oh my goodness, I love this fragrance so much. I just acquired this scent, and I had a sample, and I had numerous samples, and I wore through them in like 2 weeks. This is Oud Orange Intense from Fragrance du Bois. Now, this is really, really intoxicating. Now, if you loved my recommendations with Oud Jaune Intense, Santal Complete, your next pickup is this bad boy right here. Very, very intoxicating, and there's something in this fragrance that is very unique, like very unique. It's a little bit of vanilla, some oud, some powderiness, some fruitiness, but there's something in this fragrance that reminds me, I've mentioned it before, of my childhood. I'm not sure what it is though, like a scent or a note that's in my childhood that I can smell in this fragrance. But the scent trail of Oud Orange Intense is intoxicating, like truly, truly intoxicating. Like, you guys know how much I love Fragrance du Bois. I love Oud Jaune Intense, Santal Complete, but this is the one that leaves the most intoxicating scent trail behind you. So definitely get on this one if you like my recommendations. Oud Orange Intense. Sauce Chagouille. Now this one again, beautiful trail behind you. Honey, tobacco, a little bit of a mintiness to it, some spiciness, like almost a tiny bit of a freshness, which is kind of weird. Some honey. Sauce Luton's is one of the most like incredible niche houses in my eyes. I wish they kept their packaging like this actually, because I feel like it's very French. Like it reminds me of French perfumery. I'm actually going to Paris in a few weeks, and I may take this one with me actually. Like I may take this one. So Serge Lutens Chogui leaves a beautiful trail behind, and I've had many compliments with this scent, like a lot. Even though I don't wear it too much, every time I have worn it, I usually get a compliment whenever I wear it. So Chogui. Alien, Alien, Alien. Okay, in this list, Alien has definitely garnered me the most compliments with its scent trail. Apart from Delina, I would say it's Delina and Alien that have given me the most compliments from its scent trail. So Alien is an indolic jasmine scent. It's very polarizing, it's very intense. To me personally, the beauty of Alien is its trail. It's not when you smell it like this, or when you come up close to somebody. You know, some scents, they smell better when you come up and you smell it just like here. But Alien, its beauty and its power is in its trail. So Alien has got to be one of the best in this list. Jasmine, amber, it's just the most difficult fragrance to describe ever. It's really, really difficult, but to me, it's an indolic jasmine scent, like truly. So Alien from Mugler. Next up, we have Dior Homme Intense from Christian Dior. Beautiful. Iris, it's warm, it's powdery, it's musky, a little bit of an aromaticness on the top. You could say the same for Dior Homme Parfum, also leaves a beautiful trail, even though it's not my favorite. This is my favorite. I love this so much, and it definitely leaves an intoxicating trail. Like, it's one of those scents, like, I always say it, but I want to hug this fragrance because I love it so much. Like, it's this little lavender aromaticness, it's powdery, lipsticky a little bit, maybe a little bit more feminine, but for me it works perfectly unisex. So Dior Homme Intense leaves a beautiful trail. One of the most intoxicating, Oud for Greatness from Initio. Again, whenever I catch a whiff of this, oh, it's incredible. Like truly, truly, truly incredible. It's oud, it's smoky, it's a little incensey. I guess smoky and incense are the same thing. Saffron, a little bit of a sweetness. It is just incredible. I cannot get enough of this scent. I think it is like a masterpiece. And the scent trail itself, 10 out of 10. So Oud for Greatness from Initio. One of my personal favorites. I just did a video on this scent. Armani Prive Rouge Malachite. Now again, this one maybe doesn't leave the most intense trail, but it leaves a trail. It gets noticed, maybe in a little bit closer of a proximity, but wow. It is intoxicating as ever, like really intoxicating. I mentioned in my other video that it has not a similarity, because to me they're so different, like they're really different scents. But if you like Alien, you may like the Rouge Malachite. There is tuberose in this rather than jasmine, but the tuberose is really mellow. It's got a beautiful ambery, indolic vibe, kind of similar to the Alien. It's like a tuberose, indolic. It almost actually, now that I'm smelling it, has a little bit of a touch of like a sunscreen smell. Like almost this little like beachy sunscreeny smell to it, like for sure. And to me, it is one that when I wear it, I am intoxicated by myself. Like, I don't say that very often, but when I wear this scent, I am intoxicated by myself. So Rouge Malachite from Armani Prive, definitely a great one. The next three fragrances are the top 3 most intoxicating. So let's do it. Terror from Parfum de Marly. The scent trail of this is like, I'm gonna get on my knees and crawl to the person that's wearing this scent. Maybe that's dramatic, but that's exactly how I feel when I smell this scent. Like, really, it is intoxicating. When I get a whiff, it's just, that's it. I have no words. I have to say with like 100% of my heart, this is my favorite Parfum de Marly. Herod. Definitely my #1. Although I'm such a fan of like a lot of the fragrances, you guys already know this, I have to say, after smelling and trying and testing and smelling them on people and boys and everyone, my #1, like for sure. Herod to me is just intoxication in a bottle. So the next fragrance that leaves one of the best trails ever in fragrance is Oud Bouquet. Now, this one is one of the best ever. And I have had Again, probably up there with Alien and Delina, Oud Bouquet has also garnered me the most compliments. I kind of slowed down on wearing this one because, I don't know, I kind of just slowed down. I wanted to wear other scents, but easily, you know, so many memories with this scent, so many nights that I've been out and been stopped and been grabbed and been yelled at of what scent that I'm wearing, and I'm not exaggerating again. I had the same reactions with Alien and Delina, but I'd probably say the more intense reactions are from Oud Bouquet. This scent is unbeatable. It's loud, it's heavy, it's rich, it's thick, it's oily. It is, in my opinion, one of the best rose oud combinations that I have smelled in my life. I have a lot of rose ouds, but this to me is the number one. This to me is the number one. It is rose and oud and praline and saffron. It is a sticky, syrupy, rich, oily rose and oud combination, but it has so much sweetness to it. A little smokiness. It is just the best of the best. Like, when you spray it on you, you're gonna actually see the oil, especially if you get the original formula. I have tried the newer formulation and I still really love it, but this one is more intense, more oily, more rich. So if you can get your hands on the original, try. But the newer formula is still great. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. But yes, this is definitely hands down one of the best scent trails that I've ever smelled. Oud Bouquet from Lancome. And actually, when you smell it like up close, you may not even think that it smells that great, but it's, again, like Alien, the beauty is in the trail. The number one scent trail in the world, and I think most of you will agree with me, because this scent trail is the biggest, the loudest, the strongest. It's just unbeatable when it comes to this, is Baccarat Rouge 540 from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Is this my favorite scent in the list? No. Is it the best fragrance in this list? No. Does it have the biggest projection, the longest sillage, the most intoxicating trail? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I mentioned this in another video. I was in the Louvre in Abu Dhabi and I was with my boyfriend and his cousin, and we were going through, and his cousin goes, because she's not really into fragrance, we're both really into fragrance, and she's like kind of not familiar. She goes, "What does that smell?" And we looked at each other and laughed, and we were like, "It's Baccarat." And we could smell it in the entire Louvre. We actually saw a local woman, and we knew that it was her that was wearing it because we both we could smell it on her for sure. And his cousin was like, "Is it being pumped through the vents or something like this?" But we knew it was this local woman. She was wearing it and the scent was everywhere. Perhaps not in the whole museum because it's massive, but in like half of the museum you could smell Baccarat. Anywhere you walked, you could smell it. So very intoxicating, really amazing scent. It's sweet, like caramelized sugar, a little smoky, very intense, and it is just amazing. So yeah, that is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540. The scent, in my opinion, that leaves the most intoxicating, largest, biggest projection of all time. So that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I know it was a long one. I'm sorry, so I'm going to go straight away. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.